Covering. Verb, to place something over or upon, as to conceal or protect. Diagnostics. Noun, any technique used in medical diagnosis. Breathed. Verb, to draw air into, inhale, and expel air from, exhale, the lungs in order to extract oxygen and excrete waste gases. Enters. Noun, the enter key on a computer keyboard. Verb, to go or come into an enclosed or partially enclosed space. Damp. Noun, moisture, humidity, dampness. Verb, to dampen, to make moderately wet. Adjective, in a state between dry and wet. Moderately wet, moist. Authorize. Verb, to grant someone the permission or power necessary to do something. Necklace. Noun, an article of jewelry that is worn around the neck, most often made of a string of precious metal, pearls, gems, beads or shells, and sometimes having a pendant attached. Verb, to informally execute by necklacing. By setting on fire a petrol-filled rubber tire which has been put around the bound victim's neck. Filters. Noun, a device which separates a suspended, dissolved, or particulate matter from a fluid, solution, or other substance. Any device that separates one substance from another. Verb, to sort, sift, or isolate. Complexity. Noun, the state of being complex, intricacy, entanglement. Belief. Noun, mental acceptance of a claim as true. Finally. Adverb, at the end or conclusion, ultimately. Informative. Adjective, providing information, especially providing useful or interesting information. Come. Noun, coming, arrival, approach. Verb, to move from further away to nearer to. Preposition, used to indicate a point in time at or after which a stated event or situation occurs. Interjection, an exclamation to express annoyance. Confidently. Adverb, in a confident manner, with confidence, with strong assurance, positively. Curtain. Noun, a piece of cloth covering a window, bed, etc., to offer privacy and keep out light. Verb, to cover a window with a curtain, to hang curtains. Furniture. Noun, large movable item, usually in a room, which enhance the room's characteristics, functionally or decoratively. Files. Noun, a collection of papers collated and archived together. Verb, to commit official papers to some office. Noun, a column of people one behind another, whether single file or in a large group with many files side by side. Verb, to move in a file. Noun, a hand tool consisting of a handle to which a block of coarse metal is attached, and used for removing sharp edges or for cutting, especially through metal. Verb, to smooth, grind, or cut with a file. Verb, to defile. Ask. Noun, an act or instance of asking. Verb, to request information or an answer to a question. Couriers. Noun, a person who looks after and guides tourists. Verb, to deliver by courier. Astronomer. Noun, one who studies astronomy, the stars or the physical universe. A scientist whose area of research is astronomy or astrophysics. Actual. Noun, an actual, real one. Notably. Adjective, relating to a person's acts or deeds. Active, practical. Applause. Noun, the act of applauding. Approbation and praise publicly expressed by the clapping of hands, stamping or tapping of the feet. Acclamation. Huzzas, or other means. Marked commendation. Mayonnaise. Noun, a dressing made from vegetable oil, raw egg yolks and seasoning, used on salads, with French fries, in sandwiches etc. Mega. Adjective, very large. Guilds. Noun, a group or association mainly of tradespeople made up of merchants, craftspeople, or artisans for mutual aid, particularly in the Middle Ages. Horticulturalist. Noun, a gardener, a person interested or practicing horticulture. Fall to. Verb, to enter into or begin an activity, especially with enthusiasm or commitment, and especially in regard to the activities of eating or drinking. Golf. Noun, a ball game played by individuals competing against one another in which the object is to hit a ball into each of a series of, usually 18 or 9, holes in the minimum number of strokes. Verb, to play the game of golf. Bravery. Noun, usually uncountable, being brave, courageousness. East. Noun, one of the 4 principal compass points, specifically 90 degrees, conventionally directed to the right on maps. The direction of the rising sun at an equinox. Abbreviated as E. Adjective, situated or lying in or towards the east. Eastward. Adverb, towards the east, eastwards. Accepted. Verb, to receive, especially with a consent, with favor, or with approval. Adjective, generally approved, believed, or recognized. Metaphor. Noun, the use of a word or phrase to refer to something that it is not, invoking a direct similarity between the word or phrase used and the thing described, but in the case of English without the words like or as, since use of those words would imply a simile. The word or phrase used in this way, an implied comparison. Verb, to use a metaphor. Intuitive. Noun, one who has, especially parapsychological, intuition. Adjective, spontaneous, without requiring conscious thought. Implicit. Adjective, implied indirectly, without being directly expressed. Diver. Noun, someone who dives, especially as a sport. Compulsory. Noun, something that is compulsory or required. Adjective, required, obligatory, mandatory. Formation. Noun, something possessing structure or form. Muttering. Verb, to utter words, especially complaints or angry expressions, indistinctly or with a low voice and lips partly closed. To say under one's breath. Noun, something that is muttered. Attempt. Noun, the action of trying at something. Verb, to try. Bring down. Verb, to make a ruler lose their position of power. Funnel. Noun, a utensil in the shape of an inverted hollow cone terminating in a narrow pipe, for channeling liquids or granular material, typically used when transferring said substances from any container into ones with a significantly smaller opening. Verb, to use a funnel. Guider. Noun, one who guides. Citizens. Noun, a resident of a city or town, especially one with legally recognized rights or duties. Employed. Verb, to hire, somebody for work or a job. Adjective, in a job, working. Laser. Noun, a device that produces a monochromatic, coherent beam of light. Verb, to cut with a laser. Accompany. Verb, to go with or attend as a companion or associate, to keep company with, to go along with. Frightened. Verb, to cause to feel fear, to scare, to cause to feel alarm or fright. Adjective, afraid, suffering from fear. Held. Verb, to grasp or grip. Collect. Verb, to gather together. Amass. Adjective, to be paid for by the recipient, as a telephone call or a shipment. Adverb, with payment due from the recipient. Assumptions. Noun, the act of assuming, or taking to or upon oneself, the act of taking up or adopting. Breath. Noun, the act or process of breathing. Materials. Noun, matter which may be shaped or manipulated, particularly in making something. Verb, to form from matter, to materialize. Closures. Noun, an event or occurrence that signifies an ending. Accept. Verb, to receive, especially with a consent, with favor, or with approval. adjective, accepted. N. Noun, north. Actress. Noun, a female who performs on the stage or in films. Clear. Noun, full extent. Distance between extreme limits, especially the distance between the nearest surfaces of two bodies, or the space between walls. Verb, to remove obstructions, impediments or other unwanted items from. Adjective, transparent in color. Adverb, all the way, entirely. B. Noun, a flying insect, of the clade Anthophila within the Hymenopteran superfamily Apoidea. Indicators. Noun, a pointer or index that indicates something. Far. Adjective, distant, remote in space. Adverb, to, from or over a great distance in space, time or other extent. Deportation. Noun, the act of deporting or exiling, or the state of being deported. Banishment. Transportation. Diet. Noun, the food and beverage a person or animal consumes. Adjective, of a food or beverage containing less fat, salt, sugar, or calories than normal, are claimed to have such. After. Adjective, later. Second. Of two. Next. Following. Subsequent. Adverb, behind. Later in time. Following. Preposition, subsequently to. Following in time. Later than. Conjunction, signifies that the action of the clause it starts takes place before the action of the other clause. Exhibiting. Verb, to display or show something for others to see, especially at an exhibition or contest. Governor. Noun, the chief executive officer of a first-level division of a country. Gluten. Noun, fibrin, formerly considered as one of the animal humors. Internship. Noun, a job taken by a student in order to learn a profession or trade. Cut out. Verb, to refrain from doing something, using something, etc. To stop, cease doing something. Adjective, well suited, appropriate, fit for a particular activity or purpose. Egg. Noun, an approximately spherical or ellipsoidal body produced by birds, reptiles, insects and other animals, housing the embryo during its development. Verb, to throw eggs at. Intent. Noun, a purpose, something that is intended. Adjective, firmly fixed or concentrated on something. Lumbering. Noun, the act of one who lumbers, heavy, clumsy movement. Adjective, clumsy or awkward. Figure. Noun, a drawing or diagram conveying information. Verb, to calculate, to solve a mathematical problem. Half. Noun, one of two usually roughly equal parts into which anything may be divided. Are considered as divided. Verb, to have. Adjective, consisting of a half, 1/2, 50%. Adverb, in two equal parts or to an equal degree. Preposition, a half hour after, 30 minutes after. Used with the number of the hour. Evaporate. Verb, to transition from a liquid state into a gaseous state. Ghosts. Noun, the spirit, the soul of man. Verb, to haunt, to appear to in the form of an apparition. Errors. Noun, the state, quality, or condition of being wrong. Verb, to function improperly due to an error, especially accompanied by error message. Consensus. Noun, a process of decision-making that seeks widespread agreement among group members. Biases. Noun, inclination towards something. Predisposition, partiality, prejudice, preference, predilection. Verb, to place bias upon, to influence. Answer. Noun, a response or reply, something said or done in reaction to a statement or question. Grammar. Noun, a system of rules and principles for speaking and writing a language. Verb, to discourse according to the rules of grammar. To use grammar. Middle. Noun, a center, midpoint. Verb, to take a middle view of. Adjective, located in the middle, in between. Liquid, noun, a substance that is flowing and keeping no shape, such as water, a substance of which the molecules, while not tending to separate from one another like those of a gas, readily change their relative position, and which therefore retains no definite shape, except that determined by the containing receptacle. An inelastic fluid. Adjective, flowing freely like water. Fluid, not solid and not gaseous, composed of particles that move freely among each other on the slightest pressure. Augmented. Verb, to increase, to make larger or supplement. Adjective, increased in number, amount or strength. Hormone. Noun, any substance produced by one tissue and conveyed by the bloodstream to another to effect physiological activity. Verb, to treat with hormones. Apology. Noun, an expression of remorse or regret for having said or done something that harmed another. An instance of apologizing, saying that one is sorry. Initial. Noun, the first letter of a word or a name. Verb, to sign one's initial, S, as an abbreviated signature. Adjective, chronologically first, early, of or pertaining to the beginning. Cause or origin. Contention. Noun, argument, contest, debate, strife, struggle. Connection. Noun, the act of connecting. Filtered. Verb, to sort, sift, or isolate. Adjective, with a filter, e.g., a cigarette. Breakfast. Noun, the first meal of the day, usually eaten in the morning. Verb, to eat the morning meal. Measure. Noun, a prescribed quantity or extent. Verb, to ascertain the quantity of a unit of material via calculated comparison with respect to a standard. Fellow. Noun, a colleague or partner. Verb, to suit with, to pair with. Necessity. Noun, the quality or state of being necessary, unavoidable, or absolutely requisite. Fall. Noun, the act of moving to a lower position under the effect of gravity. Verb, heading, to be moved downwards. Chapter. Noun, authorship, one of the main sections into which the text of a book is divided. Verb, to divide into chapters. Bird. Noun, a member of the class of animals aves in the phylum Chordata, characterized by being warm-blooded, having feathers and wings usually capable of flight, and laying eggs. Verb, to observe or identify wild birds in their natural environment. Diabetes. Noun, diabetes insipidus, any condition characterized by excessive or incontinent urine, now specifically as caused by impaired production of, or response to, the antidiuretic hormone vasopressin. Boiling. Verb, of liquids, to heat to the point where it begins to turn into a gas. Noun, the process of changing the state of a substance from liquid to gas by heating it to its boiling point. Adjective, that boils or boil. Adverb, of adjectives associated with heat. Extremely. Closer. Adjective, closed, shut. Draw up. Verb, to compose, a document, especially following a standard form. Disappear. Verb, to vanish. Judgment. Noun, the act of judging. Missing. Verb, to fail to hit. Noun, a value that is missing. Adjective, not able to be located. Gone. Misplaced. Downstairs. Noun, the lower floor of a house. At ground level. Adjective, a floor lower than the current one. Adverb, living, stepping, or coming down the stairs. Drawer. Noun, an open-topped box that can be slid in and out of the cabinet that contains it. Used for storing clothing or other articles. Actress. Noun, a female who performs on the stage or in films. Involved. Verb, to roll or fold up, to wind round, to entwine. Adjective, complicated. Apologizes. Verb, often followed by for, to make an apology or excuse, to acknowledge some fault or offense, with expression of regret for it, by way of amends. Kiss, verb, to touch with the lips or press the lips against, usually to show love or affection or passion, or as part of a greeting. Acrobat, noun, an athlete who performs acts requiring skill, agility and coordination. Fatal, noun, a fatality, an event that leads to death. Adjective, proceeding from, or appointed by, fate or destiny. Astronaut, noun, a member of the crew of a spaceship or other spacecraft that travels beyond Earth's atmosphere, or someone trained to serve that purpose. Harmlessly, adverb, in a harmless manner. Musical, noun, a stage performance, show or film that involves singing, dancing and musical numbers performed by the cast as well as acting. Adjective, of, belonging or relating to music, or to its performance or notation. Lexicographer, noun, one who writes or compiles a dictionary. Aunt, noun, the sister or sister-in-law of one's parent. Hat, noun, a covering for the head, often in the approximate form of a cone or a cylinder closed at its top end, and sometimes having a brim and other decoration. Verb, to place a hat on. Dominated, verb, to govern, rule or control by superior authority or power. Concentrated, verb, to bring to, or direct toward, a common center, to unite more closely, to gather into one body. Mass, or force. Adjective, not dilute, having a high concentration. Hour, noun, a time period of 60 minutes, 1/24 of a day. Integrations, noun, the act or process of making whole or entire. Noun, the process of countering racial segregation. Grass, noun, any plant of the family Poaceae, characterized by leaves that arise from nodes in the stem and leaf bases that wrap around the stem, especially those grown as ground cover rather than for grain. Verb, to lay out on the grass, to knock down an opponent, etc. Adjusted, verb, to modify. Adjective, which has been compensated in order to avoid bias. Athletes, noun, a participant in a group of sporting activities which includes track and field. Road running, cross-country running and racewalking. Naturalist, noun, except as merged with later senses, a natural philosopher, a scientist. Cape, noun, a piece or point of land, extending beyond the adjacent coast into a sea or lake. A promontory, a headland. Along, adverb, in company, together. Preposition, by the length of, in a line with the length of, lengthwise next to. Character, noun, a being involved in the action of a story. Verb, to write, using characters. To describe. Context, noun, the surroundings, circumstances, environment, background or settings that determine, specify, or clarify the meaning of an event or other occurrence. Verb, to knit or bind together. To unite closely. Adjective, knit or woven together. Close, firm. Color, noun, the spectral composition of visible light. Verb, to give something color. Adjective, conveying color, as opposed to shades of gray. Bug, noun, an insect of the order Hemiptera. The true bugs. Verb, to annoy. Noun, a microfossil, particularly a foraminiferan. Beetroot, noun, Beta vulgaris, a plant with a swollen root which is eaten or used to make sugar. Noun, usually uncountable, the edible part of the root of a beet plant. Raw or prepared. Verb, to turn a bright red or purple color. Moderator, noun, someone who moderates. Invest. Verb, to spend money, time, or energy on something, especially for some benefit or purpose. Used within. Appearing. Verb, to come or be in sight, to be in view, to become visible. Noun, appearance, act of coming into view. Cottage, noun, a small house. Verb, to stay at a seasonal home, to go cottaging. Disconnected, verb, to sever or interrupt a connection. Adjective, that is no longer connected. Injury, noun, damage to the body of a human or animal. Verb, to wrong, to injure. Extroverted, adjective, turned or thrust outwards, especially. Captain, noun, a chief or leader. Verb, to act as captain. Much, adjective, large, great. Adverb, to a great extent. Pronoun, a large amount or great extent. Begun, verb, to start, to initiate or take the first step into something. Accessories, noun, something that belongs to part of another main thing. Something additional and subordinate. An attachment. Engage, verb, heading, to interact socially. Closely, adverb, in a close manner. Bookstore, noun, a store where books are bought and sold. Leaving, verb, to have a consequence or remnant. Verb, to give leave to, allow, permit, let, grant. Verb, to produce leaves or foliage. Verb, to raise, to levy, charge. Noun, the amount of money levied for a service. Verb, to assign a duty or responsibility to. Lawyer, noun, a professional person qualified, as by a law degree or bar exam, and authorized to practice law, i.e. represent parties in lawsuits or trials and give legal advice. Verb, to practice law. Center, noun, the point in the interior of a circle that is equidistant from all points on the circumference. Verb, to cause. An object, to occupy the center of an area. Hat, noun, a covering for the head, often in the approximate form of a cone or a cylinder closed at its top end, and sometimes having a brim and other decoration. Verb, to place a hat on. Magnet, noun, a piece of material that attracts some metals by magnetism. Hierarchy, noun, a body of authoritative officials organized in nested ranks. Nervous, adjective, of sinews and tendons. Nose, noun, knowledge, the state of knowing. Verb, to perceive the truth or factuality of. To be certain of or that. Keys, noun, an object designed to open and close a lock. Verb, to fit a lock with a key. Noun, one of a string of small islands. Noun, in the International System of Units, the base unit of mass, conceived of as the mass of 1 liter of water, but now defined by taking the fixed numerical value of the Planck constant h to be 6.6260715 times 10 to 34 when expressed in units of kilogram. Operator m2. Operator s-1. Symbol, kilogram. Noun, a stone or concrete structure on navigable water used for loading and unloading vessels. A wharf. Core, noun, the central part of fruit, containing the kernels or seeds. Verb, to remove the core of an apple or other fruit. Made, noun, a grub or maggot. Air, noun, the substance constituting Earth's atmosphere. Particularly. Verb, to bring something into contact with the air, so as to freshen or dry it. Detailed, verb, to explain in detail. Adjective, characterized by attention to detail and thoroughness of treatment. Guest, noun, a recipient of hospitality, specifically someone staying by invitation at the house of another. Verb, to appear as a guest, especially on a broadcast. Incense, noun, a perfume used in the rites of various religions. Verb, to anger or infuriate. Keys, noun, an object designed to open and close a lock. Verb, to fit a lock with a key. Noun, one of a string of small islands. Noun, in the International System of Units, the base unit of mass, conceived of as the mass of 1 liter of water, but now defined by taking the fixed numerical value of the Planck constant h to be 6.626070015 times 10 to 34 when expressed in units of kilogram. Operator m2. Operator s-1. Symbol: kilogram. Noun: a stone or concrete structure on navigable water used for loading and unloading vessels. A wharf. Interface. Noun: the point of interconnection or contact between entities. Verb: to construct an interface for. Apparent. Adjective: capable of being seen, or easily seen, open to view, visible to the eye, eyely, within sight or view. Doubling. Verb: to multiply by 2. Noun: the process or an instance of making something double. A multiplication by 2. Going. Verb: to move. Noun: a departure. Adjective: likely to continue, viable. Empire. Adjective: furniture. Following or imitating a style popular during the First French Empire, 1804 to 1814. Noun: a political unit, typically having an extensive territory or comprising a number of territories or nations, especially one comprising one or more kingdoms, and ruled by a single supreme authority. Discussing. Verb: to converse or debate concerning a particular topic. Advice. Noun: an opinion offered in an effort to be helpful. Need. Noun: a requirement for something, something needed. Bathroom. Noun: a room containing a shower and or bathtub, and, typically but not necessarily, a toilet. Barista. Noun: a person who prepares coffee in a coffee shop for customers. Novels. Noun: a work of prose fiction, longer than a novella. Noun: a novelty, something new. Noun: a new legal constitution in ancient Rome. Leaving. Verb: to have a consequence or remnant. Verb: to give leave to, allow, permit, let, grant. Verb: to produce leaves or foliage. Verb: to raise, to levy. Dollars. Noun: official designation for currency in some parts of the world, including Canada, the United States, Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, and elsewhere. Its symbol is $. Descriptions. Noun: a sketch or account of anything in words, a portraiture or representation in language, an enumeration of the essential qualities of a thing or species. Competence. Noun: the quality or state of being competent, i.e. able or suitable for a general role. Eclipse. Noun: an alignment of astronomical objects whereby one object comes between the observer, or notional observer, and another object, thus obscuring the latter. Verb: of astronomical bodies, to cause an eclipse. Criticism. Noun: the act of criticizing, a critical judgment passed or expressed. Creating. Verb: to bring into existence, sometimes in particular smiley face. Noun: creation. Downstream. Verb: to stream downward. Adjective: lower down, in relation to a river, stream or flow of fluid. Adverb: following the path of a river or stream. Babysitting. Verb: to watch or tend someone else's child for a period of time, often for money. Noun: the work of a babysitter, the care of children in the temporary absence of their parents. Barista. Noun: a person who prepares coffee in a coffee shop for customers. Barista. Noun: a person who prepares coffee in a coffee shop for customers. Beds. Noun: a piece of furniture, usually flat and soft, on which to rest or sleep. Verb: senses relating to a bed as a place for resting or sleeping. Betray. Verb: to deliver into the hands of an enemy by treachery or fraud, in violation of trust, to give up treacherously or faithlessly. Cheated. Verb: To violate rules in order to gain advantage from a situation. Adjective. Having been deceived. Flavors. Verb. To add flavoring to something. Gives. Verb. Detransitive. To move, shift. Provide something abstract or concrete to someone or something or somewhere. Modifier. Noun. One who, or that which, modifies. Headmaster. Noun. A male school principal. Abroad. Noun. Countries or lands abroad. Adverb. Beyond the bounds of a country. In foreign countries. Preposition. Throughout. Over. Confiscated. Verb. To use one's authority to lay claim to and separate a possession from its holder. Declaration. Noun. A written or oral indication of a fact, opinion, or belief. Dinner. Noun. A midday meal. In a context in which the evening meal is called supper or tea. Verb. To eat a dinner. Balls. Noun. A solid or hollow sphere. Or roughly spherical mass. Verb. To form or wind into a ball. Noun. A formal dance. Verb. Speaking or acting with bravado to achieve something. Adverb. Very. Intensifier. Detective. Noun. Law enforcement. A police officer who looks for evidence as part of solving a crime. An investigator. Adjective. Employed in detecting. Canyon. Noun. A valley, especially a long, narrow, steep valley, cut in rock by a river. Liking. Verb. To enjoy, be pleased by. Favor. Be in favor of. Verb. To be likely.